What is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and in this video we are going to talk about the LEGO barn find. Now, some new information has surfaced, and I felt like you guys should definitely know about it because it definitely updates the situation around the LEGO barn find a little bit. So, a couple of LEGO targeted blog websites have recently been surfacing some information about the 911, or specifically this 911. Now, the picture you're seeing on the screen right now was posted on a website called Promo Bricks, and as you can see, this box art claims that it will be drivable in Forza Horizon 4, and it actually has a little disclaimer on the bottom that you're going to need the console and a valid Microsoft account and all that kind of stuff. However, I wasn't able to find any other pictures of this particular box art, so I don't know I don't know quite if this particular box art is legitimate or not. However, if you move over to another site called Brothers Brick, they list everything that was talked about on the other site except for any mention of Forza. So the release of this actual set, this actual LEGO set, is going to be August 1st, 2019, which is interesting because on the stream recently that was done by Playground Games, when asked about the LEGO barn find, they said they were about a couple months out. So that is sort of in line for that. And I wonder if it would be something that they plan on releasing side by side, or if it would be something where this will come out first and then the other, and then it will come out in Forza later. So if that box art is to be believed, then we could be getting it actually in-game on August 1st. However, at the same time, I'm not sure about the legitimacy of that box art, because I feel like if that box art was legit, then the other website would have it too. So I'm really kind of hanging back on my opinions of whether or not that box art is fully legitimate or not. But in case something does surface within the next few days about that box art being legit, I'm more than happy to I would be more than happy for that to be a thing. I just don't want people to go, "Oh my god, that box art says it, so it must be true." People fake box art all the time, so I've learned to be a little bit more careful about what I consider to be legit and what I consider to be a little sketchy. And like I said, since I haven't seen that box art really anywhere other than that one place, by the way, that's what happens when you nick a boost ramp when you're drifting. It just shoots you off into the trees. But like I said, I was trying to see if I could find multiple sources for that picture, and I didn't find multiple sources for that picture. So, and I doubt it's an exclusive to that particular website. So with that being said, I would caution anybody against saying "Oh, this is official." But at the same time, I definitely wouldn't have a problem with it being official. And really, up to this point, all of the evidence points to it being this car. Now, a couple of people mentioned that well, the barn find, the little section of the barn find that we saw was gray, and this is more white, and that means it's not it. Honestly, I feel like that's a little bit far-fetched because, I mean, they always give the barn find cars a little bit of a weathered look anyway when you find them in the garage, in a barn. So I feel like, one being gray and one being white, I mean, literally, if it was gray and you polished it up, it would probably be it'd probably have a lot more of a brighter color to it. So I highly doubt that that's a reason to say, well, that's not it. And I think at this point, with all of Forza's partnerships with Porsche and the partnership with LEGO up to this point, and the timeline that they mentioned on stream, and the fact that this thing is going to be, it's now confirmed to be releasing on August 1st, I feel like a August release for the LEGO barn find, if it is this car, is very, 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 very likely. Now, a couple more details about this car, if you all are actually interested in that, is the fact that this car is actually one of the more intricate LEGO cars that I've seen recently. There's a lot of weird angles. I mean, it is a Porsche, so it's gonna have some different lines to it. But I'm very curious to see how this car would look in the game if they do bring it in. And going back to that even after searching around the internet, the only place I've been able to find that is actually, hosting that picture is Promo Bricks themselves. And so that makes me feel a little fishy about it, just because of the fact that you would be able to find it elsewhere. I mean, everybody else has the LEGO catalog pictures. I've looked through the LEGO catalog. Their Speed Champions lineup for fall is in there. but there is no mention of Forza Horizon 4, and I have not been able to find that box art anywhere else. So me personally, I would be wary of that box art. Now, I could be wrong. That could be legit, but something tells me to hang back for a little bit and just wait and see. Something is telling me to hang back for a little bit and wait and see. And I've jumped on things before, and sometimes they've happened and sometimes they haven't. So with that in mind, I kind of want to be a little bit less jumpy about this one and really let it pan out and just see if it actually comes to life. So with that being said, I'm sure that the Lego barn find is going to be somehow related to this car, but so when I say somehow related, what I mean is I'm not sure if it's going to be this exact one, but I'm sure it's going to be something a little bit similar to it or in the same vein. Now, briefly, I wanted to talk about how things have been going on the live streams lately, because you guys have been going nuts on the live streams. You've been very supportive, and I appreciate that, like an insane amount. I can't even put it into words. Like, wholeheartedly, just nothing but appreciation for you guys, because especially with it being on a separate platform, with it being over on Mixer, a lot of you guys have just, you've either followed me or you've found me over there and been like, wait a minute, I know you. And that really warms my heart to see, because it means that our little internet family extends across more than just one platform, which is really, really cool to me. And I'm really happy to be building up that family in a, not only here, but in a different platform that's actually, that in my opinion, is one of the cleanest and smoothest streaming platforms on the internet. I mean, a lot of people have asked me, why did you go to Mixer, instead of why don't you just stream here on YouTube, or why don't you stream on Twitch, blah, 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 blah. And honestly, the streaming on Mixer is the smoothest I've been able to find. I'm really big on being able to have a lot of communication back and forth with you guys and back and forth with my viewers during a stream. And YouTube was not the greatest for that. And Twitch was okay, but it wasn't quite what I wanted. I wanted to be able to have that really immediate back-to-back interaction, back and forth interaction with my viewer base. And Mixer was the one that allowed me to do that the best, because of their low latency, or really ultra low latency streaming at very high image quality. So that's really the main reason why I went over there, and I honestly believe that it's more social than most of the other streaming platforms. I think there's a lot more of a social focus on Mixer than the others, and I think there's really more of a focus on actually communicating with your viewer base more than other streaming platforms as well, and really and truly, I enjoy using it. And I think that that's really what it comes down to. It's if you enjoy the platform you're using, then that's the platform you should stick with. That's the platform you should be on. I mean, I know I enjoy being on YouTube, but I also wanted to give a shot to another platform for the purpose of streaming, because YouTube really at its core is a video hosting site, and Mixer was designed from the ground up to stream, whereas streaming kind of, came into YouTube after the fact. So for anybody that had questions regarding why I went over there, that's really and truly why. And also, in case you guys have been watching my streams, the Viper with the wood paint job, I finally switched it out. This is I've turned it into the Pikachu Viper from the wood Viper. Now, the wooden paint job may come back eventually. It was kind of a nod to my older streams, because it was one of the first paint jobs I did on a stream, because somebody was like, wrap it in wood grain, and I was like, okay. Because literally on my first few streams, I was just kind of messing around, and I wanted to figure out I wanted to just kind of chill and have some fun and just let some people watch. And now that's kind of what we do now, but we do it a little bit more with an objective now. At least, we have challenges provided by viewers. We have open lobbies on Wednesdays. So it's become a little bit more social. But at the end of the day, it definitely goes back to the idea of I wanted to keep this car around, but I also wanted to change it up. And this just so happens to be what I changed it up into. If the creator of this design is watching this video, call yourself out in the comment section below, because you did a freaking awesome job. And I love how it's simple, but it's really, it does its job very, very well. It does exactly what it needs to do without being over the top, without being crazy. It's literally just a drift car except Pikachu. That's literally all it is. But let me know your thoughts in the comments section below on the Lego 911. Let me know your thoughts on if you do think it's going to be the barn find, if you don't think it's going to be the barn find, if you think they're going to sync it up with that August 1st release date or not. Then let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'll be down there reading and commenting back to you guys. Make sure you tune in again later today for more Forza Horizon 4, as well as Monster Jam Steel Titans throughout the week. Hope you all had a great time watching the video and are having a great week, and I will see you guys next time.